professor in leadership, I get frequently asked the following question. Julia, how do I choose my next employer? First of all, I think this is a great problem to have. So it's good if you have a choice, wonderful. Remember, not everybody is in the situation, so you have to, first of all, take a little bit the stress out of that question. But of course, it's important to start with you. So really start reflecting upon what you want. Of course, earlier in your career, but often also later, money is not a bad thing, so that plays a role. But I think if you only focus on that component, it might get very tricky to be happy in the job. Although you also have the people who get lots of money and love what they do, which is of course fantastic. But think about what other things are important to you. Always good to think about your values and the organizational values. Although sometimes values in organizations are just posters, right? So we have a poster and there we say, we value this, this, and this. Question is more, what is actually happening in an organization and how are things being lived. I've done another video, which you can link somewhere here, about exactly that topic. Values in an organization, but it's definitely something to think about. So what is important to you and what can we do for a match? Now, another thing a lot of people who are starting out their career are thinking about is the name or the brand of the company. And I'm not going to lie, I think it's of course helpful if you worked for, it doesn't have to be a big brand name, but a good brand name that can help you, of course, to evaluate your career later, because you can always say, well, I worked at XYZ, and it kind of like signals something. But don't underestimate also the other avenue you can go. So sometimes if you go with a no-name company, no, not no-name, but maybe not so known company, you often have more flexibility in your role. So you have more flexibility in like shaping your role. So if you are in a huge organization, sometimes it's harder to move up or to make an impact because it's all quite restricted. And if you are in a smaller company that's maybe not so famous, you often can kind of like create your own path, and then you can showcase your experience more via your job transition and all the things you've done. So both avenues are fine, of course, but that's also a criteria. So company or kind of like the things you can do and how you can evolve. And of course, job tasks are very important in the sense of you should be doing something that you enjoy doing, you're good at, or you can grow at in. But never underestimate also the impact a good team or a good leader can have. So sometimes your tasks are maybe not an exact fit, but you're working for a great leader who really supports you, who's coaching you, who's interested in your growth. And then that makes a huge difference, and maybe you can kind of like melt the task around later. So if you really enjoy the company and the company culture, there's of course always a way to maybe change jobs and grow within the company. So I hope these things gave you a few ideas how to choose your next organization. Money is good, money is not everything. I think that's what we have to remember, and really go a bit with the vibe. And of course also, last but not least, very important, do something that fits in within your lifestyle. So if you, for example, appreciate also working from home a bit, make sure that you have a match in the way you can work, so that it integrates with the rest of your life, because a job is a job and your life is your life. See you next time.